Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel, welcome back. So in this video I will be showing you how I make this short pant. So remember in the first video I made this crop top. So this is the part 2 of the video. Now I'm going to make the short, and to do that you can see I have my pattern paper, and I also mark out the starting line, and from that line I mark my waist to hip length and also waist to crotch length. And for my hip length I have 10 inches, and the crotch length is 12 inches. So I mark it and now make a straight line. So if you have not watched the part 1, try to watch it. You will see how I make the crop top. It's very easy and simple. So now I'm going to mark my hip measurement on the waistline and also on the hip line and also on the crotch line. And to get your hip measurement, you divide it by 4 and you add some ease and also sewing allowance. But for this video I did not add sewing allowance. It's when I was cutting it, that is when I add a sewing allowance. So after that I now connect the line like so. So I also, now I'm going to mark the crotch extension, and to do that all you need to do is to divide your hip measurement by 4, and whatever you get you divide it again by 4, and then you will have your crotch extension. So now I make a curve, and from that line you now get the midpoint of that line. So you mark on it, that is the midpoint. Then you now come down by 3 inches, that will be your thigh line. So from there you're going to input your thigh measurement. You just measure your thigh, measure it by 2 and divide it by 2. Then you now get your thigh measurement, and then you mark the same thing on the bottom of the short. So for the length of this short I mark it at normally the length of this short I make it 18, then I now add 2 inches making it 20. So that depends on you how many inches you would like it to be. So now I also mark the waistline. So you can see I mark the waistline. Divide your waist measurement by 4. Whatever you get, you add ease and also some allowance. Then you mark it on the waistline. So the next thing is to mark the dart. And to do that, you divide the waistline measurement into 2 and mark it, and then come down by 5 inches. Then I use 1 inches for the dart. So after that I now connect the line. So the next thing, from the waistline I come down by half inches and now connect the line to match the waistline. Then now I cut it out. So if this is your first time coming across my video, please do like my video and check out my channel to see my other video and also subscribe. So for this, I'm going to cut out the waistband. You can see I'm marking out the waistband, but later I'm going to create another waistband. So now I'm marking it. After that, I will now use this pattern. I'll use the front pattern to create the back pieces. So you can see I'm using this tape to tape it down to hold it so that I will get accurate measurement. So that I'm going up from the waist, I'm going up 2 inches. You can see I marked 2 inches, and also on the cross line for the cross extension I'm marking 3 inches. For the front pieces I use 2 comma 2.75. I use 2.75. So for this one I'm using 3 inches. So I will mark on the tie line. I mark like 2 inches. Then I'll connect the lines. I make the curve and also connect the line to the bottom of the shot. So for the cross extension for the back, I did not really curve it very well. So I later did it off camera. So yeah. So that is it. You now connect all the line and then I cut it out. So now I have my front pieces and the back pieces. So I'm going to place it on the fabric and then cut it out. So here is my fabric. That is the remaining fabric. I use a 1.5 for the top, and the remaining 1.5 I'm using it for the short. So you can see I now leave some ½ inches allowance before cutting. Now I have the front pieces. I will now cut out the back pieces. So I now have the both pieces. The next thing is to stitch the dart, and now stitch on the crotch for the both side, both the front and the back pieces. So I'm going to stitch it on the edge from the waist to the crotch. You can see that. And then I'll do the same thing for the back pieces. So after that, the next thing is to connect both on the crotch, pin it together, and also pin it on the both side, and now stitch it together. So after pinning it down, I'm going to sew it. So after that, the next thing is to make the waistband. Remember, I cut out the waistband for the front, but I'm not making use of it. I will now cut another waistband because I want to add more inches. That is why. So I will now measure the back, the front and the back the length of the waistband, and now cut it out. So I'm not going to cut it out. And the next thing is to join the both pieces together. So here is what I have. Then I also add this interfacing for the front pieces. So it's optional. So now the next thing is to attach it on the pant. So I'm going to pin it around the edge. So after pinning it, I'm going to stitch it. So here is the look. And now I will now double fold it again. I'll double fold it and make a top stitch, and I will also leave some space where I will now attach the elastic band for the back. So now I'm going to attach the elastic band, and here is the elastic band. So I'm going to use my safety pin to attach it. So here is the look. I finished the stitching, and also I now hem the bottom of the shirt, so you can now see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and thumbs up. See you in my next video. Bye.